What's up there, guys at YouTube? Brad Reed the Gaming Mole here, and we're gonna do some more 2017 Lunar New Year event missions, and I guess we'll do a bit of co-op because I did a lot of stuff off screen, and you'll see in another video that I let the auto mode run for timeline battles, and I think all of those timeline battles may have been losses, with maybe like 2 wins. Anyway, let's get on with it. Groot is close to level 60, which that does make me slightly happy. But let's find some other characters to level up. Instead of Sif and Songbird, who else needs to be leveled up? Let's put Wiccan, and I hear Gwenpool is a very good character, but nobody really messes with her. Although right now I think people are just now starting to discover like how good Gwenpool actually is in the game. So that might be a character I look towards farming, but we're still gonna focus on Spider-Man Miles Morales. I decided not to put Ultron up to 6-star rank using the tickets because I can easily farm. Because basically I can easily farm biometrics. It'll be about 30 biometrics on Ultron per day that are available, so it shouldn't take too long to actually get 320 biometrics to get them up to 6-star rank. Then the rest will pretty much just be... I wish these cars would stop hitting me. Then pretty much the rest will just be like upgrading his equipment. Now I remember I saw Wiccan in combat, not as a boss fight, but I actually fought a Wiccan, and it was pretty scary to deal with. I think I pulled out a victory that time. But oh man, it was scary to fight against Wiccan. Since his attacks covered a wide area, and there was nothing I could do about it. And yes, we're still focusing on getting Rocket Raccoon up to tier 2. It's like I've heard a lot of bad things about Rocket Raccoon that just weren't friendly. I think I talked about this in a previous video, where people were saying like, oh well, Rocket Raccoon sucks because of this, and this, and there are so many characters that are better than him. I'm just like, well, but I like Rocket Raccoon, and he's been like, and I'll be honest here, Rocket's been putting in work. More than any other character, he's been the one putting in the work. And I have to say I favor him, especially his skills, because he has staying power compared to a lot of the other cast members. Like a lot of the characters pretty much just, oh well, they're there, and they have a lot of power. They either have a lot of power or they just have like fancy setups, which fancy setups are not exactly my thing. And fancy setups for characters are not exactly my thing. But one of the things I like about Rocket Raccoon is that he has staying power. Like, especially when you get his last ability, I've Got a Plan. That attacks pretty much anybody that gets close to him, and he recovers HP. So I can't knock that. Like, I can't hate on that. Because being able to recover HP, that saves yourself more than like you would actually think. At least in my opinion, that would save you a lot more than just, oh well, I got this OP setup. So a lot of people have put in a lot of time and effort to get like this proper godlike setup going, where they're either pretty much completely invincible to, well, virtually invincible to all attacks, or like they're either invincible to like all attacks, or what is it? Or they just they have such power that they can take you out in seconds. Which I don't mind. I mean, a lot of people like that method of just being able to just go in and kill things in like 5 seconds. That's not a bad idea, but to me, I don't feel it. I feel so much more could be done with. I feel so much more could be done. Like, a lot of people always go with that strategy of just kill everything as fast as possible, but there's not. But to me, it's like, okay, well, do you have a backup plan for when that doesn't work anymore? And like those people don't. They just run with it, like, oh well, it's going to work because this works. I tend to see that especially in Dragon Ball Xenoverse with pretty much almost everyone that plays. Well, almost everyone that I see play that game, they're just like, oh well, I put all my stuff in the power so I can easily complete all these quests and easily defeat any online opponent just by, well, essentially spamming and whatnot. To me, I feel that doesn't work. Because you will come across that one opponent that will be like, oh well, where's that third guy? Oh, he left. Well, okay. Like they'll just go like, oh well, you can't live against my attacks because I'm that powerful. And then you'll find that one person. Then you'll find like that one person or another that would be like, "Oh well, I totally counter you with this." There's no point in quitting. There's no point in quitting a co-op fight if you actually did rage. If you actually did rage quit, there's no point in doing that because you're going to get rewards regardless, and it's only. And it's only just dependent on how much damage you can inflict. It's not like in Monster Hunter where, like, oh well, these people screwed up my quest, so I'm just gonna quit and keep the items. I honestly feel it's better to try and ride out the quest to the end and see how it goes, because you never know. Like, it could be. You could end up winning for one, or you can still get rewards. A lot of people are like, oh well, no, it's a waste of this, waste of that. But to me, I value more my time than anything else. Now there was a destroyer. Wow, there was a destroyer and a Black Bolt. Black Bolt did more damage before he died. Don't you just love that? Like, characters that just like. Hey, and I used to do that. I used to do that Monster Hunter try when I was playing. When people would just, like, I felt like people were just ruining my quest. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm wasting items by fighting you, so I'm not going to bother. Oh wow, that cooldown time. I think the only reason why Groot was why my Groot cooldown time was so short was because I had Rocket Raccoon on the team. Wilson Fisk is still standing. Yeah, to me, I feel like you should just play out the quest to the end. Like I said, I used to do it in Monster Hunter Tri when I felt like, oh well, this person's obviously ruining my quest, and I'm just wasting items that I'll have to go farm again before I can do this, try and redo this quest. Yeah, I mean, this quest, it's like everybody gets something. It's like all you have to do is just win, and everybody will get something from like finishing the quest. Like, there's no point in quitting. Even in World Boss Invasion, there's like you might as well just play it out to the end and see what happens. Because one, you can still pull out on top. And two, there's still like you can't really. It's kind of hard. Like, as long as you're like really putting in the effort and actually helping out, like, you shouldn't really have a problem like with dying or being like, oh well, I need to rage quit because this person's not playing the game right. Although there's also that factor that people could just be like, oh well, I got a phone call at random, since this is a mobile game, which to me it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a mobile game. I think it should be on a console. Oh wow, somebody's playing Warwolf too. Warwolf got the damage. Warwolf didn't get the damage? Oh wow. I was basically fighting with him to get the top damage. It was only like 5,000 points away from beating him. I was like 5,000 points away. That's pretty amazing. I forgot Destroyer is actually supposed to be like gigantic. Oh god. Yeah, see, this is why I'm also like training Sif on the side. I know I didn't get the damage. Unless I did somehow, but I know I didn't. This is why like Sif, I feel, is also like a good character to build on. I don't want to get the Marvel Zombies Venom. It's just like the costume is just so like it's so irksome to me. Like, I feel like that costume is just so in terms of how it looks. Another thing is that I don't like zombies. Oh wow, they're all low HP. Also, well, and also another thing as to why I'm like a certain way about the characters on this game is this is one of those games where I'm feeling a bit stubborn about who to play. Cause it's like, okay, well, I want to play who I like. Like, I don't want to like have to deal with I don't want to have to deal with top tier characters in my party, and I'm forced to use them in order to like win. Like, you tend to like. Games these days tend to do that like way too much. Like, games I feel these days tend to do that like way too much, where like only like this character is the best. Like, this character is the best because of this, and like this character sucks. I even saw it on Final Fantasy IV, the after years. Like, they were like, oh well, this character sucks in combat. Like, you shouldn't use them because this. Like, you should immediately get rid of this party member once you get the chance. Even in like it's starting to happen like a ton of games where they're like, oh well, the best way to play is this way. And granted, I can't avoid that. Wow, I got the got the most damage. I guess my freeze effect did a lot. My freeze effect did do a lot of work. Put in a lot of work to help the other two survive. So that's a good thing. See, I'm helpful. It's like, I'm helpful, which is why I like, which is kind of why I like balance. Why I wish there was more balance in games. Or just more people playing like their favorite characters instead of just playing, oh well, this is what everybody's using and this character's top tier. Jeez. Got Luke Cage in a suit and a beard just hammering down on the guy. Yeah, that is Luke Cage, right? It should be. I somehow have taken damage and I don't even know how, because I've just been shooting the guy. Jeez. You're just like bop, bop, bop. Oh, that was hilarious to watch. Just Luke Cage just beating him down. And last but not least, we have Spider-Man. And well, in the Spider-Man Civil War outfit. Oh wow, we have a what? I can't think of his name. I know I didn't get the top damage, but my stuff, like my whole web thing, just helped out totally. And regardless of like whether or not like I guess the worst thing for this game would be to have people that just literally stand there and do nothing, which I've had people do. I mean, I've seen people do that, and it's not like that's what robs the fun of the game for me, is when people decide to be like, oh well, I'm just gonna stand here and do nothing while you guys like fight. Like, good luck. I'll be here cheering for you. There, that attack is maxed out. Now I need about 800k 800k gold in order to finish up maxing out Rocket Raccoon's skills. Then we can focus on the bigger dilemma, which is getting these last 3 pieces of gear, hero gear, maxed out. Because you see, I think it's stupid. Like I said before, I think it's stupid that the percentage that your enhancement goes up is random. I think that's completely dumb. Anyway, well, Rocket Raccoon will not be tier 2 by the end of the month of January. I will have him up there in February. He will be tier 2. That is my goal. I do not care. He will be tier 2. Oh, well. But before I go, let's do our daily alliance battle. Wait, go back. Okay. Do our daily alliance battle, which today is Universal Heroes. I may have been training Ultron, but we're still not ready to totally go out there and beat the crap out of everything. We're not there yet. We're getting there. So let's get this one over with. You got a bunch of power types shooting at you. How does this make sense? Nope. I think once I have like a complete team that can be in tier 2, that'll be a lot, that'll help me out a lot better. Although anybody that's playing this game, I do have a small question. What is the difference between a tier 2 advanced ticket and a tier 2 mega advanced ticket? I have guesses. I have a guess where it's basically, if you use the mega advanced ticket, then you'll basically get if you have the mega advancement ticket, then you basically can upgrade without having the need for certain first for certain requirements. You can skip certain requirements. But I don't know. If anybody knows, just let me know in the video. Let me know in the comment section about it. Where do I rank today? Same as usual. Rank 9. We'll get up there soon. See, these people are using top tier. These people are just using what they feel is top tier. I honestly feel, I feel like the tier list is more opinionated and it's more dependent on how you build your character. But that's just me. Because we'll always have that time where we complain about oh well, this character got nerfed or this character got buffs and it's totally unfair against everybody else. And you'll see that a lot in games like League of Legends and other MOBAs. But really, if you're truly going to play, I think you'll learn to deal with it or adapt against it. Adapt to be able to handle whatever comes your way. So tomorrow we have 100 times Nornstones at Chaos, and the day after that, which will be Wednesday, we'll have Selector Biometrics times 200. So what should those biometrics go towards? we have a lot. Like, we have a lot of heroes to pick from. Even heroes that I do not have, we can go with those. If anybody has any ideas, you can leave them in the comments, and I'll consider those characters. Excuse me. Yeah, like, you got Luke Cage in a suit. What does this do anyway? Increase skill duration for heroes for hire, and reduces cooldown time. Skill duration of heroes for hire. What is it? Is that a? I feel like heroes for hire is a team thing. I need to look at the team bonuses. I think that's what that's for, in terms of heroes for hire. Let me look that up real quick. As soon as I navigate to the right place. Marvel Universe. Uses a combat type, if I remember correctly. Okay. Go back. Ah, heroes for hire. Yep. Heroes for hire, you'll get, if you have Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Moon Knight on the same team, the uniform will increase skill cooldown for them. Okay then. And apparently Elektra, Bullseye, and Hulk got improvement. Well, got buffs. So I guess that could be a good thing. Anyway, I am Brad Reed Gaming Mole, and I will see you guys next time. See you later.